Hi, thanks for tuning in. Today I want to share my luxury gift guide. This is a gift guide that focuses on luxurious gifts from designer brands that are at different price brackets. And we all know that luxury items can be really expensive, but I have either personally been gifted some of these items or I have gifted them to other people, and they are not necessarily at those astronomical price points. Everything is relative, so I'm speaking in terms of some of these brands and how high the prices can be. These aren't as expensive. The price brackets that I focused on were less than $100, less than $300, and then less than $500. So these are all prices before tax, of course, because tax depends on where you live. My gift giving philosophy is to gift items that someone may not necessarily spend that money themselves. So they are definitely items that still deliver some luxury. They are from some very well-known brands, and might be something that someone didn't think of getting for themselves. I wanted to post this video now because of course we are full throttle in the holiday season, but I do want to emphasize that these gifts are not necessarily gifts that are just good for the December holiday period. These are gifts that are great for birthdays, Valentine's Day, anniversaries, any other kind of celebration that might exist. But these are all great gifts for all of those purposes. And I will also be sharing my favorite online retail shops to purchase these luxury items from, and they also, a lot of them offer really great shipping. So if you place your order now, you should be able to get them in time. So the first price bracket is less than $100, and there are actually a number of pieces that I think work well in this price point. The first item I want to share is actually a candle. This is a Diptyque candle. This is from last year's holiday. They usually have a blue, red, and green candle that come out every holiday season. My understanding is the scent is the same because this year's green candle smells just like this one, which is more of like a pine tree scent, balsam scent. I tend to like gifting Diptyque candles. Not only do they smell great, not only do they seem very luxurious when you place them in your home, but I do feel like these kinds of, bougie candles, if you will, are not items that, everyone likes to spend a lot of money on. So you are able to gift someone some of that home luxury. And there are a lot of places and a lot of brands that make candles, of course. I lean towards Diptyque candles because I think they burn very nicely in the home. The scent is very subtle. It's not too overbearing. And I live in New York City, so a lot of times the apartments are smaller than if you are in, a larger home. Just the sheer square footage is smaller. And so if you have a candle that is very potent, very strong, it can overwhelm your living space very quickly. But the Diptyque candles, they burn very evenly and very subtly. So you will definitely smell it as soon as you start lighting it. So it's not like the scent throw is really low. It has a powerful scent throw. It's just it's a subtle scent that will kind of permeate the space and fill it up rather than hitting you straight in the face with all of this scent all at once. So I think Diptyque candles are a great option. These are 6.5 ounces. These are, I want to say $70 or $80. And then they do have the smaller votives, and in the holiday season you can get sets of smaller votives at different price points as well. But nothing really beats a wonderful holiday scented candle in my opinion. So the next item is a slip pure silk pillowcase. I have this one that is specifically in, I think it's called California Dream or something, with the leaves and this pink on this pink base. And so this is what the pillow looks like. This is just the standard queen size pillowcase. I have been using silk pillowcases for a few years now. I initially got them kind of thinking they were a gimmick, to be honest. So I picked them up during the Nordstrom anniversary sale because they usually will have a deal where you can have 2 pillowcases for like just over $100, and a single pillowcase is about $89. So I picked it up then because it was a good deal and I wanted 2 of them, and I figured I'd get them while they're a little bit cheaper. I can't really speak so much for like the anti-aging or like skin benefits, but I did feel like it was helpful for my hair. So of course now I cut my hair really short, but when I first tried these silk pillowcases, I had very long hair and I was traveling very frequently for work, which meant I was oftentimes staying in a hotel which does not have silk pillowcases. So I started to actually notice that my hair was a lot more like knotty when I was traveling for work and sleeping in a hotel versus when I was sleeping at home. It's the same hair. I traveled with my own shampoo and conditioner, so it's not even like I was using different products. It was mostly that I was staying in a different location with different pillowcases, and I really felt like it made a difference on my hair. And because of the sheer volume of hair that I had, I felt like the silk pillowcases were worth it. I'm just saying, I thought it was a gimmick. I tried it. I felt like it was I felt like it was great for my hair, so I liked using them. And then this year I actually changed my pillowcases to this print, mostly because I fell in love with the print itself, and I think this would be a great gift because, again, this is something that like is not necessarily something that I feel like everyone is like, you know, can't wait to spend their money on, you know what I mean? If you have like a girlfriend that you want them to, you know, spend a little bit more time on their self-care and self-love, then, you know, this is something that can support that routine. So I think these slip silk pillowcases are also a great gift idea. My next gift idea is actually this Chanel hand cream. This is hands down my favorite hand cream. I wouldn't say that I'm necessarily super picky about my hand cream, but I don't like having that like lingering sticky feeling on my hands. I will only really put hand cream on the backs of my hands to begin with, but sometimes, you know, you'll still get some on the palms, and I don't like when it lingers too much. And I also don't like hand creams that have a scent that's too strong. I will always be wearing my own fragrance, so A, I don't want it to interfere too much with my fragrance, and B, I talk with my hands a lot, so sometimes if the scent is really strong and I'm talking, I will keep smelling the hand cream, and certain smells will start getting my headache going. This does not do any of that, and I'm pretty convinced that, I don't know what is in here, but this hand cream is like super nourishing. I went to Korea earlier this year in the spring. I had some weirdly chapped hands. I guess it was because it was changing seasons that my hands decided to just give out, and it's starting again because we're now in the winter time. But what happens for me is the backs of my hands will start to get really dry, then they will start to slightly blister. It will get red, a little flaky, and it seems like it's like blistering. So I went to Korea with that, but I bought one of these while I was at the duty free, and no joke, I think in 2 days my hands were like back to normal. It is pricey for a hand cream, so that's why I like to give it as gifts. This works for both like men and women. I don't think this scent is too feminine for guys. My boyfriend uses this all the time, so you know, it's a no-brainer for any gender. So the last item in this category is a fragrance. Now, fragrance can be somewhat difficult to gift, so it really depends on your comfort level and how much you feel like you know or are familiar with someone's preferences when it comes to scents. But I do think scents can be a great gift for like your girlfriend or your boyfriend, even like your family members. I've gifted my mom fragrances as well. Sometimes I think it's a great way to kind of expand someone's palette when it comes to scents. A lot of times we'll gravitate towards the same scent. and this introduces something new, something that maybe they haven't thought of for themselves, or they never thought to venture out and even try, and now they have it, and now they can work with it, see how they like it, and then expand their horizons a little bit further. I have shared my top fragrance, which is this Labo Santal 33, in my top luxury perfumes or fragrances I cannot live without tag. I highly, highly, highly recommend this scent. You know, sometimes it can be daunting to get a full-size bottle for somebody. So the great thing about Le Labo is they have these little sets that they come out with. Because this Santal scent is such a signature fragrance for them, they tend to have these little kits that have a Santal and another scent. If you're interested, if you want to gift yourself something and you've been interested in trying this out, I think that's a great option because you're able to try it out and work with it before you commit to a larger size bottle. All right, I'm going to move on to the next price bracket, which is between $100 and $300. I have more items to share in this particular bracket. All right, the first item I wanted to share in this price point are actually these Gucci rubber slides. Now, I never really thought I would be somebody who owns like a designer brand rubber slide. They are like pool slides, effectively. I am now a proud owner of a pair and I do really like them. So if you're looking to gift to somebody a pair of shoes from a luxury brand, I think these kinds of rubber slides are a great option because they do have a lower price point. I'm talking relative across different shoe designs. I like that it is like a classic monogram print with some cutouts in there, and it's not something that's super, super loud with a lot of branding, but it depends on the person that you're going to gift them to as to what specific style to get. You know, these are definitely going to be a pair that I travel with when I go to like beachy destinations. And I also like to travel with these because then I can wear them inside the hotel and not walk around barefoot. So all of those things considered, I think this is also a great gift idea. Another great gift idea that can also be personalized are these leather bracelets from Miansai. I think that's how you pronounce it. Like, I've seen these in relation much more to like men's accessories, but they do have a women's line that is very similar, but a lot of times like it'll be a little bit thinner or smaller. And so I have these beacon leather bracelets. I have them matching with my boyfriend. So he has a blue color and I have this black one with rose gold hardware. You can get them personalized, so I did that as well, which just adds a nice touch. But these are really nice. They're very sturdy. I think this is like a great brand and a great price point to get this kind of item. Bottega Veneta have very similar braided leather bracelets. Louis Vuitton have bracelets. Everybody has bracelets, really. And so it depends on whether you prefer that aesthetic over something like this. But I liked that this was kind of minimally branded because the point was I wanted to get two of them at the time, one for myself and one for my boyfriend. It didn't really matter whether it was super, super branded or not. So if you're looking for something that's a little like off the beaten pathway, then I would definitely recommend checking out Miansai. Another great brand that I like to gift is Valextra. I don't have an item to show you because I have already gifted it to somebody. I think Valextra do colors very intricate, nuanced colors very well. Hermes is another brand that I love for their colors, but their price points are kind of in another league. And also for someone who likes something that's very, very minimally branded, Valextra is not very heavily branded. It's like a if you know, you know, but otherwise it just looks like it's a leather wallet or a leather card case. So I highly recommend checking out Valextra. Their card cases are under $300, and that is a great way to gift somebody a very luxurious small leather good from a very, very solid brand in some very beautiful colors. Another great luxury gift idea are these Bottega Veneta key rings. So this is actually the one on my keys, and this specific one is like a tricolor pattern. I really like this keychain for my keys. I like that I have multiple options for being able to like pull it out. It is not something that is super, super graphic, and it's not, you know, like a big metal piece. It's not like a big medallion. It's just like a strap that is very functional on its own as well. So I think these Bottega Veneta key rings are also a really, really great gift idea. It's something that, you know, not everyone would necessarily feel like they want to spend that money on a key ring, so that's why I think it's a great candidate to be a gift for somebody. One of my favorite brands is Hermes, so of course I like to gift from that brand if I can. Sometimes I find it difficult to find items from Hermes that I could gift, you know, that are within my particular budget at that time. There are some other items that are a little out of the box that would still, you know, serve certain purposes that I think are great gift ideas. So one of those is actually this like pocket square. We all know that Hermes is famous for their silks and their silk prints. And so pocket squares are effectively a smaller version of that. If you're gifting this to a lady, she is still going to be able to use this. I like to like fold it up, and you can either still tie it around your neck. I like to tie it around my wrist. You could kind of use it like a twilly. You could also like tie this in your hair. So there are different ways that you can use this, even though it's, you know, you might think it's too small to be able to do a lot with. But if you're giving this to a man, then of course he can use it. Oops. He can use it as an actual pocket square. So pocket squares I think are a great option if you are a little more budget constrained, but you still want to gift somebody some Hermes silks. Hermes also have, you know, a lot of different compositions in their scarves. There are some that are silk and cotton. There are some that are silk and cashmere, some that are 100% cashmere. So really depending on the composition, the price point can change, and it also changes depending on the size. So if you have some flexibility in that and you want to stay within a specific budget, then I would tweak those variables, so composition and size, and see which ones can fit within your budget. Speaking of Hermes silks, another great gift idea can be twillies. I have a few, but they're all on my bag, so I'll just insert some pictures instead. Hermes twillies are a great way to accessorize or introduce some additional color to your handbags, or again, you can use them around your wrist. Sometimes you can use them in your hair, or you can tie them into a little bow, make a little brooch. There are lots of different applications or usage for the twillies. I think that's a great way to gift something from Hermes that's at a lower price point. I'm gonna stick with Hermes for just one more item, and can you tell I really like Hermes? But this might be something that's a little bit different in terms of, you know, an item to gift. But this is a round box from Hermes. It is in the Circus print in the pink colorway. I revealed this in my Hawaii haul previously, and I just have some gold like confetti in there right now because I will be filling it with other items. But honestly, this was just so cute, and it is also a very functional piece. There is a little tiger in there. There, you can see the tiger. There's a little tiger at the bottom, and it is technically a part of the children's like home line in Hermes, if you're wondering why you've never seen it before. I think this is a great gift for someone that you know loves Hermes and is a collector. You're like, I don't know if I'm really gonna like be able to get them a bag or something, and maybe they have a lot of silks already, so then this is something that's a little bit different to be able to add a little bit of whimsy to their collection. And it's also like actually utilitarian, so not only is it a pretty home object, but they can also use it to, you know, store lipsticks, or you could put like your pads, your cotton pads and Q-tips in there, and all sorts of things that you could use this for, and it would just look so cute on the vanity. And this is not something that will break the bank like the LV Scott box. And then the last example or last item for this particular price point is from Louis Vuitton. I have previously shared this in another video. I picked it up specifically from the Holiday 2019 collection because I really like the illustration, and last I checked these were still available, so I think it's a great gift idea. but it is actually this notebook right here, and it has the like Paris holiday print with the little tree in the back, and it's so adorable. They have like these stickers on the inside, and then they have pages that have like color illustrations in them as well. I think this is really, really cute. I was saying in my reveal video that I was like pleasantly surprised with how well constructed this was, and I still stand by that. I think this is a great gift for somebody who, you know, is a fan of Louis Vuitton or is a fan of stationery, fan of journaling, all of that, because this is a great way to add a little bit of luxury flair to, you know, stationery. It can seem rather mundane, but there are a lot of people who get excited by stationery. Moving on to the last price bracket that I want to cover today, which is items between $300 and $500. I have 4 specific examples to share this time around. One of them is a belt. Now, if you watched my Black Friday haul video, I shared that I picked up a belt to gift to my brother. That original retail price does not fall into this bracket, but if you are able to get them on sale, sometimes they will fall well below their original retail price and then fit within this kind of a bracket. The Gucci Marmont belts, their retail price fit within here. And then also there are belts from like Louis Vuitton and Burberry, Christian Dior, that I think would be great options to explore. If you have a little bit of wiggle room, then yeah, you have a broader selection to choose from for sure. So I think belts are a great small leather good to gift. If you really want to gift something from a luxury like designer brand. Once we emerge into this price bracket is when I think we can realistically include some like Chanel small leather goods. So of course, I think the Chanel card cases, the classic card cases, are a great gift if you want to be giving somebody some luxury at a lower price point. Like, it doesn't cost as much as a handbag, but it still delivers that same wonderful craftsmanship, the whole brand, the whole very classic look, and all of that stuff. So I think card cases from Chanel are a great gift to give. Even if somebody already has one, there are always new colors, new styles that come out that you would still be able to give someone something new that they can still use. The other item that I want to share from Chanel is actually this hair accessory, and I'll try to do like a close-up so you can see better. This is a little bit more specific to this year because this is a style that came out this year. Specifically for this holiday season, if you are interested in gifting someone a very luxurious hairpiece, then I would highly, highly recommend you try to find this hair clip. It stays up in my hair. I just can't recommend this hair clip enough. I really like wearing it. It stays in my hair. I feel like it looks really chic, but it also like doesn't have any of those embellishments that could potentially fall out. So all in all, I think this is at a wonderful price point. It is a wonderful gift. If you can get your hands on one, I would definitely do so. And then I want to end on another piece from Hermes. So I was mentioning earlier that the 2 variables when you are looking to gift like Hermes silks are the composition and the size. So since we moved up in a price bracket, you can definitely look at larger sizes of scarves, of silk scarves. 70 centimeters square scarves are in the like $300 range, and the 90 centimeter scarves are in the like $400 range. So you have more options and more like designs that you could choose from when you are in this price bracket. All right, so before I close off this video, I also wanted to share some of the top websites that I personally shop from when I want to buy luxury pieces. Certain brands like Hermes, Chanel, and Louis Vuitton, I will most likely just purchase directly in the store, but I do know Hermes has an online shop that I'm sure is very reliable, and Louis Vuitton also has an online shop that is also very reliable. So it's not like I have trust issues on their main site. It's just that if I'm in the area for Chanel anyway. A lot of times Hermes and Louis Vuitton will be nearby, so I will pick it up while I'm there. Of course, outside of all of the direct sites for the specific brands, there are some online retailers that are platforms that house like multiple brands together, and I just wanted to share the ones that I highly recommend. I have little like notes in here, so I'm just going to reference those. So I really like to shop at essence.com. This is a company that I believe is based in Canada, and considering the fact that it's an international company, the shipping is very, very fast. They ship via DHL, so you get like text alerts, you can track your shipping very seamlessly. It is wonderful. Essence typically runs, I think it's like 2 sales a year, like 2 major sales, and the like winter sales started in November. So there are a lot of the items that I talked about, like the Bottega key rings and stuff, that are on sale at the Essence website, so I would definitely check that out if you are interested. Another site that I like is Net-a-Porter. I personally like them because of how fast the shipping is, because I live in New York City. I do know that there is like a premier service where you can get delivery, like same day delivery or next day delivery if you live in New York City, or over the summer it was also valid for the Hamptons. I don't necessarily use the premier service. I know it's available, but because I live in New York City, I still feel like the shipping is really fast. So if you live in like the Northeast, if you live in the New York City area, Net-a-Porter's shipping is super, super fast. They send their items really well packaged. And they also run, I want to say two mega sales a year too. One's in the summer, I think it's around like June, and the other one I think started now. So it is up, and you can always, like, Net-a-Porter has a whole bunch of brands, and when they run this kind of big sale, I think it's a great time to be able to pick some of those items up to add to your collection. Another website is farfetch.com. I have purchased from here. My boyfriend has purchased from here actually. And they have a pretty interesting concept where they have like a network of boutiques that they work with in Europe, and so they will often be able to source some of the items, and then they will send them from the countries that those boutiques are in. I would factor in a little bit of extra time for shipping when you're ordering from Farfetch, but I do like that they include their import fees and duties on the price that you see, so you're not surprised when it comes to the States and you get hit up with like massive customs. They also oftentimes, because I think the website is like based in Europe, they will have some styles that you have not seen in the States. So I like it for that purpose as well. Louisa Via Roma is another website that I like to purchase from. They are also similar to Farfetch in the fact that they are upfront with their import duties and fees. It's all included in the price that you see, so you're not surprised later with some huge bill from customs. And their shipping is pretty fast to the United States, considering it comes from Europe. And then they also have like a points loyalty system, so every dollar you spend is like 1 point, and then you can redeem all of those points for effectively Louisa Via Roma cash, and you can use it on their website for future purchases. Rebonds.com is another one that's similar to Farfetch. It is like a collection of boutiques, except I think this site is based more in Asia. So it's a collection of boutiques. I think it's like in the Singapore area. That's what I remember. And so sometimes you can get some really, really great deals on rebonds. Also, because of the currency exchange rate at times, you can really benefit from just getting something from overseas and getting it shipped to you, because the dollar is a lot stronger at that point. They also will have some different styles because they are focused on the Asia market. And then of course there are your standard like department stores that I will frequently purchase from. So, you know, your Nordstrom, your Saks, your Neiman Marcus, I will purchase from the online storefronts of existing brick and mortar department stores. I will have to say though, I haven't had the greatest experience when it comes to Saks.com versus Saks Fifth Avenue, the actual department store. I've actually had a pretty horrific experience to the point that I've stopped purchasing from Saks.com. And if I purchase something from Saks, I will just go to the department store. Just so that you know, the fulfillment centers are actually different. They're managed by 2 different companies is my understanding. And that's why the Saks.com experience was not up to my standards, but the store experience is better. Oh, like my boyfriend likes to purchase from thewebster.com. They have a lot of those like hype brands, like those hypebeast brands as well. So if that's an area that you're interested in, then I think the Webster is a great website for that. But yeah, if you know of any other online retailers that you think I need to check out, then please let me know in the comments down below. All right, so that's everything. That's my luxury gift guide. And like I mentioned at the beginning, these aren't necessarily gifts that I think are only relevant for the December holiday period. I think they are great gifts to give throughout the year. So, you know, even if you feel like you've checked off everybody on your December holiday list right now, I hope you can keep these in mind for future gifts that you will need to give in 2020. Of course, if the sky's the limit on your budget for gift giving, then there are a ton of other items that you could gift people, but I thought it would be particularly helpful to focus on a lower price point, relatively speaking, so that, you know, we can find creative ways to still gift some luxury to our friends and family. If you have any questions on any of the items that I mentioned here, please leave them down below or head on over to Instagram and I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video and found it helpful, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. I am planning on filming a Q&A video, so if you have any general questions that you would like me to answer, then please leave those in the comments down below. I will compile all those questions and answer them in an upcoming video. If you like this kind of content and you haven't already, then please subscribe to my channel. I am marching towards my next personal milestone, which is 8,000 subscribers, and it would mean a lot to me if you help support my channel by subscribing. So until next time, bye!